I would never have thought that I would end up being in politics.
Weaver uses this line to humanize himself and to show that he follows life past, just like all of his voters.
Like if you had talked to me 5 years ago and said, Andrew, I can see you leading the beat.
This clip uses a technique called Beautiful People. It's filled with applauding people and happy voters to show you that Weaver is a candidate you want to choose.
Party and being an MLA representing Oak Bay Gordon Head, I would have laughed. I would have said, you've got to be kidding. I was born in Victoria of the parents of two immigrants. My mom was a refugee from the Ukraine. My father came to Canada as a student.
Weaver uses his sob story to hit the pathos of readers. It also humanizes him further, as it wipes away the common impression of politicians that comes to people's mind, and instead reveals him as a middle-class, unprivileged man who would understand common struggles.
And my sister's 3 children are like grandkids to me.
Weaver uses the propaganda technique plain folks to show that he is a family man.
The importance of them getting engaged in our democratic institutions if they really want change, for people to have their interests first. After years of doing that, I realized that at some point, take a look in the mirror and I should really practice what I'm preaching.
Here, Weaver tells the stories of his past, where he wants things that citizens likely do today, and that he wanted to strive to become that change, again showing why voters should choose him.
What sort of a society are we if we don't strive to make the next generation a better one than what we had to live ourselves?
Here, Weaver uses a technique called scapegoating, where he guilt trips the audience into voting for him by asking the question, what kind of blank would we be if we didn't do this?
I felt that it was time for British Columbians to have an alternative voice there that put their interests, the people's interests, ahead of the interests of the elite, the corporate donor.
Here, Weaver uses the technique plain folks, convincing the audience that he reflects the wants of the people. He also calls out what his target audience loathes, a technique called name-calling.
As soon as we did that, our fundraising went through the roof.
Here, Weaver confuses correlation and causation, making his claims sound more valid than they really are.
Because people are ready for politics to be done differently. People want big money out of politics, not only if I get elected.
Here you can hear Weaver repeating the word people and again. This is a technique called bandwagon.
But now, show them the leadership. Leaders lead, they don't follow, they don't wait for others to lead and then say me too. And as we outline our platform.
At this point, you can hear the music intensify, and a crescendo of victory and positivity is felt. The music and Weaver's speech are associated in intensity.
You'll see just how we can bring British Columbia to the forefront of the 21st century economy by offering British Columbians a vision of hope that's grounded in evidence and grounded in reality and builds on our strengths and doesn't chase down the weaknesses of others.